What's up, everybody? Welcome to the best 120 minutes of your day. The Chop Shop, the nation's #1 urban sports talk show, and also your midday sports happy hour. Yours truly, Robert Hatter, alongside Jim Hicks, coming to you live from Houston, Texas. But we're broadcasting all over the world via Facebook Live and YouTube Live. And today is, let me see. I'm trying to see y'all a little clearer. I'm a little fuzzy there. Today is well, Tuesday. Wait a minute. Yes, Tuesday. And I can't wait to get this show on the road. I got some things I got to talk to y'all about. I can't wait. I can't wait. Let me share the show. Let's get in. I see y'all already shared the show. The two gentlemen on the show already has already. I am. Y'all, I was so tired getting off of that road today. I almost I almost called in and said, I can't do it. Serious. I almost called in. Just called myself and said, Self, you can't do it today. I ain't got the answer to nobody. But I I said, Self, but something always said, Robert, it's something that you got to do today. So make sure you're there. You got to share something today. So it's something gonna come out of this today that's gonna be it's gonna be epic. It's gonna be epic. I'm telling you the truth. I didn't get too many of my notes and stuff together. I just got some things to share. I just don't know which where I'm gonna go with it. But what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? TSU lost the game last night. Broke my heart. Uh, Shout out to was that Bad Moody? No, he was there. Belinda, Jonathan that was on the feed. Trey Phillips came by and at least let me know. Some of y'all might have been watching it, listen to the game. It's a unique basketball game. It's a game that TSU could have won. Handily, but they had guys them guys just stepped up and make shots. This dude, Ruffin, I never liked this game, but I appreciated this game a little bit better yesterday. Deshaun Ruffin, the point guard for Mo Williams there, because he wasn't a factor to me last year. It wasn't even, he was a McDonald All-American and in the SWAC. And when you're in the SWAC, you went to Ole Miss, you Power Five, and you come back and just don't dominate. But I saw some things. He's grown. He listened. I don't know what happened to him. He had 22 points, I think, and 16 assists last night. Yeah, 22 and 16. Had two turnovers, had one steal. Was a +7, but he was decent. He was decent. Um, he was eight of 17, so he was under 50% shooting. No, yeah, under 50% shooting. Free throws, he was 6 of 8. Didn't make a three. But he had the ball in his hand. His usage rate was he was a +5. I'm sorry. But this kid named Dorian McMillan killed us. I looked up his stuff. He shoot 28% from three. 28% from three. And guess how many he had? He was 4 for 7 from three. You follow me? So it was a TSU loss 89 to 80. Was it 94? Well, it really was a couple of point game. Somebody said they was gonna cheat us. I hate to say it, but it just. I ain't saying they cheated us, but it could have did a little bit better than that. It could have did a little bit better than that. But how y'all doing? Let me tell you something. It's gonna be a unique show. We're gonna finish yesterday. People was texting me, calling me, man. I was talking about, man, I like what you was talking about yesterday. And y'all got to realize now, that was David West talking. I was just trying to see how y'all feel about it. So when I'm talking about stuff like that. I'm really just I'm trying to get information from you. We were talking about grassroots. Grassroots basketball is important to its community. It's important to this show. The co-host of this show, he been a stalwart and a fixture in grassroots basketball for a long time. Jim Hicks, and then Doug is a frequent member. He's in grassroots basketball. I mean, grassroots basketball is important. So when I bring up subjects like that, I want y'all to tell your friend, tell another friend, text, tag, and tell a friend. He gonna talk about it again. He gonna talk about part two. I wasn't finished. Now I just gave y'all a teaser, and I think I'm gonna get into it very, very, very quickly. You know. But shout out to TSU last night. We valiant fight. Johnny Jones did a masterful job of coaching that basketball team. Bryce Roberts was shooting the lights out of it. Bryce Roberts. He had 26 points. He was 9 of 17, 6 of 13 from three. He was shooting. It, and we just got to. I done learned about this game. And don't y'all remember? Don't y'all ever forget this. Don't y'all ever forget this. It's 18 games. I think they play what 18 games in the SWAC. How many games they play in the SWAC? They play everybody in the SWAC. How many how many games they play? Anybody know how many actual games in SWAC basketball? Let me look it up. SWAC men's basketball. Because somebody gave me a number and that number didn't sound right this morning. So I should have looked it up myself. But it just make me think, sometimes I like to think this stuff, y'all. Um, how many games? If anybody already know, put it up there. How many games uh, that SWAC basketball, men's basketball, I'm just gonna go, I'm using now basketball play. Uh, uh, let me see. Let's see how many games. Okay. SWAC men's basketball team plays a conference schedule where each of the 12 teams play each other twice, home and away, resulting in 22 conference games per team. Wow. 22 conference games per team, plus non-conference matchups. Okay, typically totaling around 30 games. See, y'all learned something because ain't nobody put it up there. Y'all learned something today. I didn't know that. Each of the 12 teams, they plays 22 conference games. So it's 22. So let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you something. Remember this. Especially people like King Sticks. Remember this. It's a one big league, right? Games 1 through 22, you're playing checkers. From 23 on, you're playing chess. That SWAC tournament is game 23, 24, to however many. From 23 on, you're playing chess. Regular season, you're playing checkers. In the NBA, from 1 to 82 games, I'm going to put it, you're playing checkers. From 83 on, you're playing chess. And I'm watching this. Y'all, this is one of the most, I've been doing this stuff for 4 years. This is one of the most balanced. Everybody, if you don't bring your game, think about it, a dude shooting 28% from 3-point line. So that means every two, he shoot 10, he might make two, almost three, right? And he was 4 for 7 last night. Somebody said, "Is Akeem okay?" Anybody heard anything? What about Akeem? What about him? What about a king? What's up, Belinda? Thank you for watching, listening to the broadcast, Belinda. I'm trying to get. I'm gonna be better soon. I got a new partner. So I'm really serious. I'm trying to learn his cadence and when I can pop in, when I can pop out. You know what I'm saying? I'm working on that right now, Belinda. So it's gonna get better. It's gonna be better. What's up, Eric? What's up, everybody? Let me shout out to everybody on the feed. What's up, Rod Wells? What's up, That is Moody Bright, Brandon Weefall. There ain't enough of y'all because I'm finna say something powerful. I need y'all to share the show. I need the Corey Willis. I need you to share the show. Daryl Anderson. Sonia, I need y'all to share the show. This man talking about what's wrong with Hakeem. First of all, what Hakeem you talking about? Because that ain't how you spell Hakeem. So what Hakeem you talking about? Hakeem what's that? What's the name of that movie that Eddie Murphy is in? What's this the movie? What's the movie Eddie Murphy in? You heard he had an emergency. Where you hear that? If you heard it, why don't you call them and ask them if you heard it? But ladies and gentlemen, we flew home last night from Jackson, Mississippi, Same. Coming to America, yeah. We flew home last night. I don't remember going to the Jackson airport for anything because I don't spend much time in Jackson. I've never been in there. Ladies and gentlemen, the Jackson Airport is named after Medgar Evers. Ladies and gentlemen, I talked about Martin Luther King briefly yesterday. But I left Mississippi and got on a flight from Medgar Evers Airport. You don't know who Medgar Evers is? Go look him up. Medgar Evers. Coming home, just trying to get people to vote, trying to make sure people vote. Coming home, this coward ass dude with a rifle shot him up under his carport, right there in front of, right there by his family. Medgar Evers. Powerful. The airport is named Medgar Evers. You got to think about this, Shanquetta. Martin Luther King birthday yesterday. Two black colleges played against each other, Jackson State, Texas Southern. And, I'm just going by my way, and then I'm walking the airport this morning, early this morning, and it's Medgar Evers, renamed it Medgar Evers Airport in Mississippi. Whew. Ladies and gentlemen. But I was just thinking about the kids. I walked through the crowd, Jackson State. Especially when I go to this place, I got a little ritual, and I do it here at Texas Southern too. Y'all got to understand, I didn't go to HBCU, so I want to go and meet. I want to see the people and speak and meet the people. So like when we get a break from the games, I will always just walk. I start, and it's the same way. I'll go to the right, either go to the restroom or whatever, and I'll just take a circle, maybe sometimes twice around. First of all, I've been sitting down too long, and I want to move around because sitting long ain't good for you. No, it's not good for you. No, you got to keep moving. I'm gonna tell y'all something about that one day. I'm gonna talk to y'all about that one day. But Coach, I haven't petted. So I'm walking around and I'm talking to a few students, and and just HBCU students, the kids that's there, they trying to get um, education, and I sit there. Y'all know how I do. But yesterday, I didn't play uh, the I dream. Uh, I have a dream yesterday. Usually when you don't know, you just don't know, right? I didn't play it. Usually I play it. I think almost every year, if it's on, I usually play it. But I didn't, and and didn't even bother me because I was asking y'all questions yesterday. What did he mean to you? And I just didn't get enough responses. Good. I got a few responses, but they just didn't satisfy me yesterday. Because if this such a great man, I sit up here and be passionate about Adam Clayton Powell because I studied and watched what he did. I can be passionate about Martin Luther King, but I wanted to hear from us. I wanted to hear from Chanquetta. I wanted to hear what Ivan Pettit, what he meant to him. And you know what? Because every year, Ivan Pettit, I'm walking through here talking to these young kids. I'm talking to the kids at TSU. When I go to TSU, I'm walking around meeting these students for a reason. Because every year on MLK Day, everybody starts it the same way with his famous quote, I have a dream. Belinda, big coach, you need to share this because I never shared this before. Oh, this hot off the press. I have a dream. And listen to me. That speech matters. Don't get it twisted. That speech matters. I'm not minimizing the speech. But that is not where my mind goes when I think about my favorite. I asked y'all what y'all favorite. What did he mean to you? What you could have gave me your favorite quote. What's your favorite quote? Whatever you wanted to put up there. But I have a dream was my favorite. I like it. But where my mind goes when I think about my favorite, a quote, it keep coming back. I keep coming back to this one. He said, watch this now. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. I got to give me some wine on that one. He said, intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. Y'all remember, I'm going to these colleges, these kids at an institution of higher learning, they at college, they're getting the education, so Robert had to get to thinking. Robert get to thinking. Robert get to talking. Robert get to talking. Robert listen to the students. He said, a lot of people and all the white folk talking about, I have a dream. But I remember he said the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Y'all, we have people sometimes don't even like for me to ask them questions. Y'all don't understand why I love for y'all to ask me questions because I want y'all to make me think critically. So when you put something on the screen, I'm asking you a question, not to mess with you, not that I'm mad at you. I want you to educate us. I want you to think critically. You just can't say anything on this feed. So this man, listen, let me keep back. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character. That is the goal of true education. Dr. King wrote that in 1947. ladies and gentlemen. He wasn't a symbol yet. He wasn't a holiday yet. 1947. He was just thinking, Belinda, writing his ideas out in a paper called The Purpose of Education. Google it. And honestly, that line, what he said, I just can't, it feels way more relevant now. He wrote this in 47. And the times that we're going through now, because look around, Belinda. Look around, Eric. Look around, Lakeisha. Lakeisha, y'all think I just be going to these schools and going to these schools and going to just to call a basketball game? No. Y'all, I'm treating this like a ministry. I'm meeting these young people and just seeing what's on their mind and seeing what's on their head. Because these gonna be our next leaders. I was wearing a shirt that HBCUs influence everything. Which one of these kids gonna come out of here influencing something? If I can have any one small piece and help in that, that's why I love going to these colleges all over. But Lakeisha, everybody always talking about, you know, I have a dream. And notice I didn't even really talk about no I have a dream yesterday. Because the quote that keep coming back to me is the Martin Luther King said, the function of education, y'all got to hear this now. The function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Intelligence plus character. I know some intelligent people, but they some rotten ass people. Intelligence plus character. That's the goal of a true education. He wrote it in 1947. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my quote. You got me? And like I said, it's in the times we going through now, all you got to do is look around. We are surrounded by educated people who just can't think critically. People with degrees, people with credentials, and somehow no curiosity and no self-interrogation. Y'all, some people can't even, if they put some on the screen, y'all scared to put some on the screen to think I'm gonna say something about it. That's one thing I like about King Sticks. He know he finna put some crazy on there. But put it up there. I want you to be curious. I want you to have some I'm listening to Dr. King. No sense of responsibility for the harm that these intelligent people, that we enable them. MLK was warning us about that. He wasn't impressed by intelligence on his own. You just can't be intelligent. Candace Owens seems intelligent. Charlie Kirk seems intelligent. J.D. Vance went to Yale. He seems intelligent, but the mess that comes out of his mouth. Because intelligence, I'm not, Dr. King wasn't, I'm not impressed by intelligence on its own. Because intelligence without character doesn't liberate anybody. It just makes the system more efficient. Because ain't nobody asking them no question. I told y'all people get mad at me when I question them. When they put something on the show. That's why they don't put nothing on the feed. It makes the system more efficient. more efficient at exploiting, more efficient at excluding, more efficient at justifying things that should bother us. Some stuff out here just should be bothering us. And when Dr. King says education, he's not talking about test scores, ladies and gentlemen. He is talking about whether education teaches us to ask who benefits. When we're doing this, who benefits from it? And later on, we're going to talk about this summer basketball stuff. We're going to get who benefits. I'm giving y'all something before we get there. Who pays the cost? Who's in the room when they're making these decisions? And why does it always feel normal when all certain kind of people in the room, and it's just normal? I'm gonna ask these questions. I ask questions. I question things about the media on here, and some of y'all just said that he just talking about the media. No, I'm asking questions. I'm critically thinking. Hey, Crystal, I'm critically thinking, Lakeisha. See, that kind of critical thinking, that kind of thinking is inconvenient, which is probably why I highlighted this quote, y'all, and why they highlight. No, I'm sorry. It's probably why they highlight this quote. As much as I think, people prefer MLK when he was just framed a dreamer. As long as he's dreaming, he all right. His ass sleep. I don't need his black ass to wake up. Dreamers don't really require accountability. Dreamers don't demand change tomorrow. But thinkers, this is for my young people, thinkers are dangerous. Because once you actually think critically, you just can't unsee what's happening out here. James Baldwin said, to be a conscious man in America, black man in America, you're going to be always in a constant rage because you know what is happening, what they're doing. See, I just made somebody critically think. Somebody just texted me back. I said, maybe that's not really news. I just saw it on a site. Ladies and gentlemen, when you see this stuff on sites, go find you 5 or 6. So don't just see what you see on social media and go run with it, especially Facebook. Y'all, if y'all see some Facebook posts out there, don't believe them. I'm telling you, 99.9 of them ain't true. I mean, it'll send you to a link and everything. They'll send you to a lying-ass link. And I just want to keep y'all always reposting this stupid ass. Quit doing it. Quit reposting it. That's what they want you to do. Facebook is not a news source. Facebook is not a credible news source. Go to the NPR. Scroll through that mess. But let me keep going. I was thinking about this, man. About critically thinking. Think about my young people. Thinkers are dangerous. I can't wait for my grandson. I'm gonna keep putting it in his head at 3. Because once you actually think critically, like I say, you just can't unsee all this crazy stuff that's happened. You can't unknown. You can't unknow who is being harmed. You can't pretend Neutrality is harmless. And Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., he knew that. This quote tells you he wasn't trying to raise polite achievers. He was trying to raise people who couldn't easily be manipulated. Crystal, Mate, I love to tell this story. I never forget it. This dude, I'm on the golf course. I told you I know what hole I was on. The seventh hole, I got one call. And in the ninth, nine, eight, nine. The 10th hole, I got another call. I mean, on the same day. Guys calling me, telling me I want to do some stuff in the summer basketball arena in Memphis and LA. And Hatter, you the man, talking to me. You the man. I heard you was the man. I said, no, 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 no. Huh. Then the next one, I said, no, the man in this city, if you want to, I said, uh, have you talked to Jim Hicks? Because this is what he do. Yeah, I talked to him, but they told me I got to, I said, look, I said, okay, give me your spiel. Well, what you need me to do? Well, they gave me their spiel and told me what they wanted to do and all that, right? I never forget it. I said, all right, I see how it benefits me. You finna pay me to do it. But how does it benefit my community that you're trying to come do this in? How does it commit? How does it? They could not tell me because I asked the right question. They could not critically think and give me an answer because they said, ain't nobody never asked us that. Usually people just take the money and run. Martin Luther King, he knew that. And this quote tells you that he wasn't trying to raise a polite achievers. He was trying to raise people who couldn't easily be manipulated. People who could spot propaganda, bull crap. People who understood that intelligence without ethics is empty. That's why he scared people long before the marches. He scared them people. That's why they surveilled him. You don't surveil nobody who you ain't surveilling nobody for dreaming. He sleep. That's why they tried to discredit him. Talk about he cheating on all the women. That's what happens. And then y'all get to spreading it. Somebody gonna say something about Big Coach, then y'all get to spreading it. Instead of saying, wait a minute, I know Big. Come on, man. I tell y'all, I tell you, I'm the person who never gets gossip. I never. I ain't nobody talking about no tea and all that. That's tea. Women drink tea. I ain't trying to be in no mess like that. But people, they don't come to me with it. Because guess what? I'm going to say, look, man, I'm finna go tell. Let's put him on the three-way. Let's talk to him then. You ain't finna come talk about Lakeisha. Not around me. You do that around them other people. Mike Lindsay, you ain't. I told you I straightened this one dude up one time. Never forget. Had him. He said this. He did. This dude said this about. I said, come here, come here. I said, why was he so comfortable talking about me to you? What you said, Negro? Because I'm thinking about Martin Luther King. I'm thinking about Mike Lindsay. You're a little late, but instead of I have a dream and I have a dream and the dream speech, and everybody want to talk about the dream. And yet that's your favorite quote, and I'm not minimizing it, but that don't come to my mind as a favorite quote. I have a dream. What the hell? Shit. Everybody got a dream. But the quote that keep coming back to me, Mike, he said, and Trey, I see you just got here. He said the function of education is to teach one to think intensively and to think critically. Then he's right behind that, he said intelligence plus character. That's the goal of true education. Mike Lindsay, he wrote that in 1947. He wasn't a symbol then. He wasn't a holiday then. Mike, he was just thinking and writing his ideas out. It was on a paper called The Purpose of Education. And I feel, like I said, I feel that's way more relevant now. Because we got a lot of people out here intelligent and just and we listening to them and we listening to them and they leading us back into that damn burning house. The people weren't surveilling him for nothing because he was dreaming. They weren't trying to discredit him because of a dream, because he wasn't just asking for kindness. Right? He was asking for honesty. So yesterday nor today am I starting this with I have a dream. I'm starting this with, and y'all, when I'm talking, I'm speaking to the next generation. You grown folks, y'all just on the feed, y'all just along for the ride. And I hope y'all share this with the next generation. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't want to be a generational thief. I'm not going to be responsible. Every time I come on this show, I'm giving y'all the scores of a TSU game or a Texans game or a Wisconsin game. No. No, 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 no. We built this platform he allowing us to have this platform for more than just, you can go look at the sports page and find all this information. But I'm gonna give you some of that. But just pretend we're in the barbershop. Pretend we're in Africa, sitting around the tree. That's how they learn. Sitting around the tree where the jollies and the griots, they just teach the whole village. But I was thinking about it. Are we being educated to think? Or just trained, Mike, to function inside systems we were taught to never question? Because Dr. King told us a long time ago, if education doesn't build character alongside intelligence, it don't free nobody. It just create a smarter way to do harm. So in honor of him today, I want y'all to tell me, what's your favorite Martin Luther King quote? And while you're telling me, make sure you say his name. The Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, I had to share that with you. I got some LeBron stuff. I got somebody called me this morning talking about the Rooney Rule. I'm just showing. I got some high school recruiting stuff. That I got the representation game people want me to talk about. Hold up. Y'all got to understand. I got a lot of stuff now. But I'm gonna get back to part 2 of David West talking about the American developmental system. Y'all, I gave y'all that because I want y'all to be critical thinkers right now. C major. I need you to critically think. I want you to ask questions. Because I don't know where I stopped off yesterday, but I'm finna go down here where I stopped off at. Because David West, a former NBA player, um, he was just talking about the grassroots system. Okay. He talked about basketball as a recreational store. He said, let me, you know what? I'm gonna give you some little, I'm gonna go give you some little tidbits from yesterday and bring you up. He said, America is a top-down system. We look at things from the top down because that's the reason everybody debating about it. Talking about why don't we see American players at the very top of the NBA game? Shea Gilgeous, Gilgeous Alexander, Wemby, Giannis, Luca, the Joker, all of them at the top of the game. All of them foreigners at the top of the game. He said, America is fine. The American basketball play as a group, we're fine. We just not being great at the top, but he gave some reasons why and how need to fix it. So this what I'm trying to do. I'm talking about the top. I ain't talking about little Johnny. I ain't talking about little guy who's gonna go to college, play a little basketball, and he's gonna be all right. I'm talking about at the top of the game. Okay, right now, and some of our kids gonna come out of this community that might be at the top of the game. So guess what? Let's get them on top of the game. He was talking about, let me keep going. He said, he ain't talking about no AAU. Y'all got to realize AAU ain't summer basketball. AAU is an organization that have little basketball going on. Little Johnny, little Johnny basketball. Summer basketball and grassroots ball he was talking about. He said, when he came through, Mike, he said, when he came through, because he was talking about his experience. So I want y'all to talk back to me. I want y'all to critically think. He said, when he came through, Mike, because it made me think, Mike, he said, they were learning and being coached by men who had accomplished things. They were being coached by people who had jobs, people who had families, people who had wives and children and owned homes and were running businesses. Let me push this over a little bit. You follow me? Whatever they were, these men, he said, had achieved every level of success when he grew up. Right? I'm just going by. He said they were able to pass down what they learned, inform of the idea, and teaching these kids how to grind. You follow me? This how you grind. It's the grind. It's a grind to do what I'm doing, young fella. It's a grind to do what I'm doing, young fella. It's a grind. Now, the majority of people in this business now, the summer basketball and the grassroots basketball, I mean, this is his opinion. He said, there are some good guys in it. We ain't talking about everybody bad. He said, but the majority of these dudes are hustlers. And the sport has gone from grind mode, Mike Lindsay, to hustle mode. So kids learn how to play down. I'm 17 years old. I want to play with the 13 unders so I can dominate down there. I'm 20 years old. I done been to college. I'm trying to come back to high school and play. This just happened. Jimmy just exposed this on the show last week. Because he's in hustle. These kids are in hustle mode. They learn how to cheat and steal and hustle to get in events where they don't have to pay for nothing. They got all these event coordinators trying to make money. People weren't trying back then, he said. It's him. He said, people back then weren't trying to make money off grassroots basketball, Mike. He said when he was coming through, it was about helping young people and developing young people in the game. And guess what? You can disagree with this if you want to. I'm just giving it to you. So I need somebody out there to critically think. Y'all might have a different perspective of it. I want to hear your perspective, not your opinion, unless your opinion is based on fact. But I would love to hear your perspective. He said, and somewhere and somehow, this whole hustler type idea came in. So you're dealing with all these woulda, coulda, shoulda type people in the sport. You had a guy up in DC that was running a team, a big sneaker shoe. TC, he was a heroin dealer. Look him up. All these dudes that have not been successful in their life are now using youth sports, in particular basketball, to try to come up, to try to make it, to try to figure out a way to hustle this kid, hustle that kid. This David West, he said, I'm going to trade this kid for that kid. And y'all, it messes the kid's head up. You got grown men fighting over the kids. Man, try to come talk to my parents. I didn't want to mention the man's name, C Major. I know who his name is. I don't like to mention people's names. You follow me? Ray Moore, I'm just thinking about it, Ray Moore. The more, listen, yo, let's critically think. So now you're dealing with a lot of people and a lot of kids that don't know how to grind. You got to grind to be the top player in the NBA. Go look at Luka's grind. Go look at Giannis's grind. Y'all, Giannis, y'all not hearing. Y'all just looking at him like the Greek freak now. That little boy was used to have him and his brothers, they had one pair of shoes. And they couldn't play at the same time because they have a one pair of shoe. So Giannis played, he take them off and give the other guy, he gave the other guy. No, I said, I can't mention his name. You can say whatever you want to. I'm not going to mention his name. I don't mention people's name like that. I'm just talking about, I'm not talking about, I'm talking about my story. He ain't more important than what we talking about right here, C Major. But let me keep going. Because C Major, we just keep on, yeah. But I'm going, right? I'm going. And then he said, you get to a point where whether you have to know how to be coached. Half of these kids don't know how to be coached. They need to know how to listen. They don't want to listen. Listen, I'm telling y'all, I ain't telling y'all nothing I heard. I ain't even telling you, listen, I'm not even telling you about what David West saying right now. I'm telling you about what I've experienced. Coaching them hard and criticizing them in a constructive way. Mama, I'm getting to the portal. You can play. You can play 8 games in the beginning of the season. You play all 7 games or one of them. I think we're getting in the portal. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you something. I'm telling you nothing I heard. They was talking to me. And I said, what? Y'all got to be out y'all rabbit ass mind. They can't take it. They fold. And then they tell parents, and he talking to parents with these top, everybody. I'm not sounding right. You top 100, top 150 parent, and people are promising you this and that. He said, go spend a couple of days at the summer league. Y'all, that's the funnest time. If you like anything about basketball, if you want your son, just go out there, spend a few days. He said around 11, about 7 o'clock at night, he said, you go in a hotel and you're going to see a former number 1 pick, supposed to have been the number 1 pick, and supposed to have been, and all that. And he got a sad face because it's the end of the road for him. He's 21, 22 years old. But again, he was never, taught to grind. Because Ray Moore gonna let him pass. He come on this team. When Ray Moore making mad, he goes on a C major team. C major making mad, he go on Trey Phillips' team. They don't want to grind. They were never taught how to deal with setbacks. We because he don't know how it feels to be overlooked. Because he top 100. But the top 100 are the ones expected to be at the top of the game in the NBA. That's why I mention it. I'm not talking about Lil Johnny and them right now. I'll talk about them tomorrow. He was just handed everything. Iguodala, he's president of the Players Association. He was talking about these kids just want to be handed stuff. They're given everything. They're given everything. They never have to figure stuff out on their own. They never had to deal with. Now, I'm gonna stop right there because Lakeisha got something. Let me see what she talking about. Let me see. Let me see. Let's put it up here. Hold up, y'all. My camera ain't on. I hope y'all can still hear me. There I am. I had a blackout. She said, I thought I read that overseas they train a lot and not participate or concentrate on performing a game, mastering their skills. They play games over there. Let me see what you're saying. Focus is more important than what AAU teams. See, that she go again. We got to stop using AAU teams. AAU teams, people on AAU teams ain't trying to go pro. AAU is an organization, so we're gonna have to we got to change our nomenclature. We got to change our lexicon and get AAU out of it. Okay, summer basketball teams, grassroots basketball teams, right? They should be playing with. We had a trainer tell us a few years back, disappear for 1 year and just train. I believe that philosophy now. That's good. That's good. But only thing that gets you good at basketball is playing basketball, Keish. And I hear some people talking about disappearing, but make sure if you disappear, somebody else gonna be seen in your spot. So you better make sure when your ass come back, wherever you done disappeared to, you better come back. I hope you've been playing because at some point you got to play the game of basketball and not go around no cones and shoot from the corner and shoot from this corner and go around dummy drills. That baby, I'm just telling you, that's what's wrong with the NBA right now. They ain't having training camps no more. They used to have 30 days. That's why they're getting hurt. These soft tissue injuries, they're getting hurt right now, Lakeisha. Because what? They used to train a whole month before the season starts. Now they do get a few days of weekend, and then they going into preseason games, so the owners can get that money. Preseason games and ramped up and they ain't in shape until 2, 3, and then guess what? When you're not in shape, soft tissue injuries happen. So I don't know about that. Ain't nowhere in the world that I'm gonna just leave. Yes, you supposed. No, I told you, master that stuff when you're young. Master that stuff in the 6th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th grade. That's where you master your stuff. You know how to do all it. So when you come in high school, you accomplish as mastering the basics. Then you ain't got to disappear. You just show up wherever you at with your high school and bust everybody's ass. You can't disappear for 1 year and think you're going 1 year and one summer and not gonna make you in basketball. I'm just telling you, it'll get you better. But it's increment. You got to start in the 5th grade. If that's what he like, you got to just show him the right thing. You ain't got to drill a little kid to get all day. Just show him how to pivot, how to dribble, don't carry, how to do this, how to, just teach him little things, incremental every year. And it just builds up and just built up. And the reason I can tell you that, I ain't no trainer. I ain't telling them I done did it with several players before. One happened to be my son. But I taught them early. That's why they just effortlessly can play later. They didn't have to disappear. No, you know what? They was trying, wherever the smoke is, let's go play. Let's go play. 24-hour fitness. See, 24-hour fitness was big when my son was coming around. I don't know what they doing over there now. But 24-hour had some dudes that can flag foot go get it. College player. So I had a little high school player in there getting his head tore off by them grown ass men. So when he come and play somebody else his age, it's barbecue chicken. I don't know how we got on that, but that's why when you put something on the screen, I'm gonna talk about it. But he said, these kids never had to figure stuff out on their own. See, long as you're in the gym in a controlled environment, Lakeisha, working around and going around, how you gonna figure something out on a cone coming? Them cones don't come up and D up on your ass. Them cones don't come up there and hit you in your mouth. Them cones don't come up there and go through your body. Them cones don't do none of that. That game last night, TSU and Jackson State, if y'all can go get the replay, them dudes was going at it. Mano, a mano, a mano. A cone, the cone dudes disappeared. It's the dudes that said, hey, it's me against you, man. It's me against you. Johnny Jones, him and the coach, him and Mo Williams. It's me against you, Mo. Johnny Jones kept changing the defense. Mo said, okay, so Mo get used to that defense. Jones changed it back on him. But that damn Ruffin that Deshaun Ruffin just was dissecting our ass. Dissecting them. Yo, I'm not gonna argue with y'all. Hey, y'all do stuff y'all way. All I can do is give you information that is proven. You don't have to explain nothing to me about no training, got games as well. You ain't got to explain that to me. If that's the way you feel, that's the way you feel. But training, talking about training, got games? No. What kind of game? What kind of games is training? No, you got to go and play against competition. Got to go. He said, Ruffin is that good? No, I didn't say Ruffin is that good. But how many people that you know this year? No, I'm gonna ask you the question. How many players you know in Division I basketball had 22 points and 16 assists? Then you want to ask me, is he that good? I ain't saying he great, but that moment had 22 points and 16 assists. You know what those 16 assists told me? You know what it told me? Hold on, I'm gonna finish this. He had 16 assists, and TSU whole team didn't have a 17. Let me give me some water. I'm gonna let that resonate. Then I'm gonna get back to David West. But I love your questions. Keep them coming. In case y'all don't know what I'm talking about. Oh shit! It didn't work. Okay, let me get him off. Hold up, man. Y'all, They messing up my stuff, man. This is what Coach said. He said, it's roughing that good. He made his other players better. He is the dude on his team named McMillan. What's the kid name? Dorian McMillan. He was now I looked him up. He was shooting 28% from the three. He was 4 for 7 and 7 of 12, balling his ass off because of the shots that Ruffin was getting there. And I ain't saying Ruffin no pro. I ain't saying he nothing. But last night, he was so valuable. Do y'all know how hard it is to get 16 assists? First of all, other players got to make the shots. I'm going to repeat this. He had 16 by himself. TSU had 17, the whole team. And the rest of his team had 4 because they didn't have a 20. They have a 20 assists. He had 16 of them. Listen, y'all. See, y'all be talking about little Johnny. He played Jackson State. Y'all be talking about little Johnny. He this good. He this good. The man had 16 assists, and his whole team had 20. She said, how do you mean for? If grassroots is necessary part of getting to the next level, but it's inherently flawed? No. Ain't nobody said it's flawed. No. We talking about at the top. See, I know y'all don't be listening. See, y'all, you know what? Y'all are intelligent, but Martin Luther King said you got to be critical thinkers. Not one time that we talking about it's inherently flawed. Not one time. He's talking about everybody. See, let me help y'all out because some of y'all probably don't know. Here we go. David West. Now this is day 2, so I guess I got to do this at day 3 and day 4. David West was talking about what he was saying. He was talking about at the top of the game, the MVPs for the last 5 to 7 years has been foreign players. Got to hear me. Foreign. The reason our top guys ain't getting to the top is because they've been hustled through the system instead of grind through the system. And that's why we have that product that can't, Cade Cunningham and Jaylen Brown are the only two that can be up here and go against them 2 guys, 2 Americans. We ain't talking about the system. It's flawed because, and it's easy, y'all. It's just keep listening. Let me finish. Wait a minute, that's not a flaw. It's people gonna hustle you in all parts of your life. Whatever industry you in, you can either grind through it or hustle through it. Let's go. This ain't about basketball. Let me help you out. Since y'all don't understand. I love this kind of stuff right here. Every industry, Ms. Pollard, every industry, you got a chance of being hustled. Every industry. You can be a librarian. You're going to either try to hustle your way through. You can be in college. You can hustle your way through and screw your way through other professors. Or you can go through the grind. Just every industry. This not just summer basketball. Man, we know what we know. We know about Ruffin, man. We know about Ruffin. So if you let me finish the story. Let me finish the story. See, y'all understand. It's not doom and gloom because America, listen to this now, America as a group is good. I'm just trying to keep you from getting hustled. You ain't got to go to every damn tournament. You ain't got to do this. You ain't got. I'm telling y'all, when you got a son or a daughter and they like basketball, make them enjoy it in the beginning. If they in about the sixth grade and seventh grade and say they like it, make sure they know how to pivot. Make sure you find somebody to teach them how to shoot. Because a lot of these guys can't shoot. But these dudes here were shooting the lights out of it last night. This HBCU gang here was shooting the lights out of it. And it comes in increments. That's why they call it the grind. You're going to be better in the sixth grade. You're going to be better in the seventh grade. You're going to be better in the eighth grade. You're going to be better. That's the grind. But y'all problem is, when little Johnny come and bat their eye at you and say, your son, cause you're cute, your son can, he can get it. He can skip the line. You can't skip. You got to take the stairs. The elevator's broken. You got to take the stairs. Good question, though. Good question, Vanessa. But Vanessa, it's just increments. This game can't be bought. You can now if your son play golf, you can go buy you a golf game. I promise you. You can go get Scott Sackett. You can go get some of the best teachers in the world. You can go get and they'll teach you. You can go to the best equipment in the world. And your son, you can buy that game. You can buy a golf game. You can buy a tennis game. But this game here, you can't buy. They talking about these guys playing, these rich guys. They phasing y'all out. The rich guys phasing the poor guy, the poor people out. The inner city is not winning in college basketball because the inner city people to stop working because they want to hustle their way through. That's the point he's trying to make. Hustle your way through. We ain't talking about people getting hustled. We talking about you trying to hustle your way. You trying to get to the head of the line. Basketball is just it's taught and not bought. That's exactly. Well, he going over here with this trainer. They going, I don't care. He gonna run up against one of these. I got to tell y'all, all you got to do is do me a favor. Do me a favor. Go and Google Stanford versus North Carolina. North Carolina had a team full of blue chippers. 5 stars, 4 stars, 5, all them stars. And Stanford, an academic school that you can't get into. Your ass ain't smart enough, you can't get there. This little guard who was ranked in the 200s. They don't even rank in the 200. He was ranked in the 200, Vanessa. And he went and told he was by far the best player on the floor. And hold up. And the other team, North Carolina, got a lottery pick on the other team. And this kid was the best team on the floor. Because he done went to the ground. He said, these guys have been given. It's been given to these guys. I'm busting his ass tonight. That's what y'all are not. Y'all getting this backwards. Caleb Wilson, wasn't gonna be a top draft pick, but this little guard, Corey, listen. That little boy that heard the press clippings. He know that dude a McDonald All-American. I'm just a little lowly dude. If I wasn't smart enough, I wouldn't even got in Stanford. But tonight, I'm the best player on the floor. Because what? He done been through the grind. Because he was overlooked. They didn't give him nothing. He had to fight for it and fight for it and fight for it. He wasn't on the snicker. He wasn't on the top snicker team and on the stop. No, he had the constant grind. That's the grind I'm talking about. Let me keep going. I hope that helps you. If that didn't help you, I got some more. But boy, if you didn't get it then, it's gonna be hard. But hold on. These kids always handed stuff. I'm talking about the top kids. And some of these not so top kids. They're giving everything. They never figured things out on their own. They never had to deal with an uncomfortable moment because, baby, coach ain't playing you enough. Let's go to another team. No, bro, you going to that bench. You're going to figure out how to make something out of yourself off the bench. You're going to have to figure out how to make something out of yourself, simply how to work hard. And these young kids, Vanessa, they don't have that. I'm talking about the guys, that's why they ain't like Giannis. But Giannis, I keep trying to tell y'all, we're talking about, the debate is about why the American guys ain't at the top. We all right everywhere else, but the exact top, we're not there because y'all done kissed their ass for so long. They ain't kissing their behinds over there in Europe. They'll say next man up. We got some professional ass kissers. We got groupie. The girls used to be groupies long time ago. Now these dudes groupies. Then some of them pick up a camera and just want to film every boy everywhere he go. The environment has changed. You filming my game, you filming my game, your ass going, you don't want that on film, son. Some of this stuff y'all don't want on film. Because if I was a coach and I saw it, I'm not coming to see you. Don't serve no wine before it's time. But let me keep going. So when you look at the top end of the sport, Vanessa, this is what this conversation about. We are not producing that level of kid. Everybody else good. I'm talking about the level because of this type of environment that I'm talking about. Our kids don't know how to listen. That's one thing you can see. It all starts with the parent and the kid. It all starts with y'all. And the system ain't flawed. Y'all flawed. It's people like Jimmy is offering y'all a platform to show people how good you are. But you trying to make deals here and deals here and deals here and deals here. And the parents got to change. Vanessa, and this coming from a dude who had to deal with these type of parents for the last 30-something years. The reason I don't want to deal with them, I just don't have the patience with them no more. Back then, I was a youngster just trying to get in. Now I said, man, hell no. I'm not dealing with him and that mammy and that crazy ass daddy. I'm not doing it. So I'm not going to just say the system is flawed. I'm saying the parents. You got to go back and get what I said earlier about Martin Luther King talking about. We got intelligent parents. They ain't got no character. You can have intelligence and no character. That's dangerous. It's harmful. Our kids don't know how to listen. And probably because their parents don't know how to listen. Sam Mitchell said that you can have all the information. Robert Haddam giving you all this information. And the kid know I got the information. But if he and the parent don't have the skill to listen, none of this stuff I'm saying matters. I'm telling you, they don't know how to listen. I just talked to a kid this weekend. One of them know how to listen. That's why and the other one, he'll get it when you get his ass off that bench. And ain't nothing like being the best player at what you do and other people playing in front of you. Boy. I told him, you are the best player out of all them guys. But I don't know what you done did to get your butt on the bench. Explain to me that, Vanessa. You're the best player. You're supposed to be starting. You're supposed to be leading this team. But two other guys playing in front of your ass. I'm admitting he the best. And I know the coach know he the best. Ass don't listen. That's the flaw. She said, it's a flaw. It's not. It's a flaw in the parents. It's not a flaw in the system. See, the problem is, Vanessa's problem as a parent. And the parents don't want to admit they are part of the problem. So if the parents don't listen, you know the damn son ain't gonna listen. You know the daughter ain't gonna listen. See, y'all, unlike y'all, I've lived this stuff. Some of y'all just around here just knowing it in theory. I had a little Johnny that could play dead in a Tarzan movie. I still. I did not say grassroots coaches are different and now they seek more money. I am reading. These are not my thoughts. You should attack the thought. You seem like you're trying. I am telling you what this man said. Comment on what he said. I ain't said nothing. Let me repeat that. These words are from David West. I am trying to have a discussion about either you agree with it or you don't. I am not going to try to convince you about, I'm just giving you the information. You can comment on the information. All of this is David West. Everything I'm talking about right now is David West. Everything all these comments. And guess what? But I know where it's coming from because I dealt with the parent and the player of a top player that wouldn't listen and think they got it and know it all. Now his ass got a Rosetta Stone and playing overseas. McDonald All-American and all this. See, y'all talking in theory. I've done this. I don't want you to agree with me. Let's not agree with me. All I'm saying is, don't agree with me. I want you to disagree with me. But these are David West. We're talking about what he said. He said, the kids don't know the grind. You ain't said, well, Robert, how did we get the kids to listen? Well, how did we get the parents to listen? I don't know. It don't matter. They can know. Vanessa. People can know that you are at the top in your profession. And they don't want your opinion, but they sure want to know, have your information. They don't want your opinion. They don't want your advice, but they want your information. Y'all, the problem is just like the NIL. These folks done went crazy. Kenny Howard, you had to laugh at that. These kids don't know how to grind. They're being taught to hustle. And if you have ever been taught how to hustle from these undeveloped men, that are all throughout grassroots basketball. Basketball is a recreational sport. From every Tom, Dick, and Harry think they know about basketball and how basketball is supposed to be played. That's a big problem. That's a flaw. And how it's supposed to be addressed. And that's why we are not producing the top end of talent anymore. It's going to be a while before we get another MVP. This was David West. He said, we are learning from people that are trying to make a dollar off these kids. He said this. And it undercuts the kids' value in the long run because the kids are not learning a thing that they need when they run into that dude. And see, that's what y'all don't understand as parents. Well, over in the neighborhood, my little son, he can be that about it. But when he go over there and run into that dude, when he run against Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, he gonna get his head tore off. When he gonna against Noah, Giannis, he gonna get his head tore off. When he run against the Joker, he gonna get his head tore off. Yeah, they good. Yeah, they great. Yeah, they make a lot of money. Everybody in the NBA. But when they run against them 5 dudes right there, they get their head tore clean off the bone. Because of what we've coddled them. They've hustled through the system. They done skipped some steps. I'm telling y'all. I still, Vanessa, I think about the Stanford in UNC game. And they ran to a dude that was ranked 200. Y'all don't understand what I'm talking about. Evidently, ain't nobody mentioned that. Let me repeat it again. They ran against a dude that was ranked in the 200s. And you can see how mad and angry he was because he'd been overlooked. He was the best player on the floor, listen to this, by a mile the other night. And he was ranked 20 or something, 20 or something down in the country. In other words, they just put a number out there on it. And why some dude somewhere sitting on a damn computer and said this kid is 200 in the country. I don't know how they do that anyway. And people believe it. Mamas, daddies, young men, use that as motivation. Don't be out here fighting for your kid to get ranked. Mad at Jimmy and Doug. That's why they stopped ranking people. Y'all done messed up a good thing. And people used to have fun ranking. Yeah, but y'all get mad at people. Don't go to their tournaments. I ain't gonna go to his tournament because he done rank my son. No, let's not go over there. Not go over there. We can't watch the Chop Shop because he didn't rank our son right. Vanessa, this kind of stuff these parents be doing around here. That ain't the system. That's these damn parents. Some parents be on the Chop Shop right now, listening, right, Vanessa, like you, unlike you, they are not going to comment because they done talked about me and Jimmy so bad, it wouldn't seem right if they didn't pop their ass on the screen. Some of them on there right now. They listen to me right now. They don't want their friends to know. We they dirty little secret. What time is golly? Hey, by the way, take a quick little break because I want to tell y'all. I want to tell you about y'all about the Anthony Lawrence collection, and y'all can pre-order this shirt. Hey, this thing right here. I know it's dark because it's black on black, on black on black. Texas Southern Seal. Let me tell you what they wrote about it. Hold up, y'all. Anthony Lawrence collection. Hold up. Y'all got to really understand something, right? Texas Southern didn't have a whole lot of gear you can buy from places. And they call this the master class in understated excellence. Cause somebody told me, well, Robert, I like the tiger on it, but I want some a little, it's traditional. So this black on black Texas Southern Seal sweatshirt delivers a premium, heritage driven look reserved for the discerning. You can pre-order it today. Go to the Anthony Lawrence selection site um, and order your way. Order way. And then in the spring they got another. They got this shirt that was inspired by Martin, the Martin episode. But we'll get there. Okay. All right. All right. Let's make that happen. Vanessa, you done made my day today, Vanessa. But let me keep going. Vanessa. Let me keep going. Jimmy, I'm in the middle of something, so you just gonna have to come in and I'll bring you in a minute. You just raise your hand when you're ready to come in. Talking about David West, he came on, and I just dissected everything he said. Had a 7-minute diatribe, and he said he just he's talking about the people at home ranking these kids, Jimmy. And he was talking about some of these dudes don't know nothing about basketball. You know how that go. He's talking about basketball is simply a hustle. And that the problem with the sport is a hustle and not a grind. These kids trying to hustle their way. He's talking about the top of the sport. I remember when me and you, we was talking about it, and you said something, and now I took another look at it, and I pivoted. Because I was talking about let me put my thing up here. I was talking about how the United States, and I'm talking about the top of the game, how all these guys keep getting the MVPs and MVPs and MVPs, the foreign guy. And you said, well, we kicking the ass and everything else is 16, but he was talking about the top of the game. He wasn't talking about that. He said, America, guess what he said? America's all right as a group. So we all right. You were right. We all right there. But at the top of that game, now women didn't come in. So we got to deal with that monster. So, but then he was just talking about, and I'm gonna finish, it's the last part of what he's saying. He said, basketball is the only sport in which you don't need any accomplishments, but you can still have a hand in it. The basketball water, these David West, he said, isn't pure anymore. Because when he grew up, it was different. And all he did is use when he grew up. He was using how he grew up. He said, what he said? And that's all. That's all. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I took 2 days to get that out of there. But all he was saying, he said, America is a is a top system. We look at things from the top. And so it was, everybody got the debate talking about American-born players. Why don't we see no American-born players at the very top of the game? SGA gonna win MVP probably again this year. And then he said, like he said again, American basketball players as a group are fine, but it's unable to produce the top guy. That's all. But what else going on, man?
Oh shoot, man, that ain't nothing much. Just
Boy, you got your howl on there. Boy, you got your howl on. The man got him an H-Tower howl on, buddy. Hey, do your thing, man. Do your thing. What's going on, man?
man. Actually, speaking of TSU, y'all ran into a little midget. One of the best. They say one of the best midgets they ever play in the SWAC. One of the best sub 6-foot guards to ever touch the court in the history of SWAC men's basketball. Y'all get to experience that joker twice a year.
I don't say that because I haven't seen all the sub 6 foot. So I don't never get in that conversation. I'm just
What,
me. I've
what you know
never.
what you do? You know what you do? You
I'm
toss
not
it.
finna go. I'm not.
No, 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 no. You toss it, toss the question to some other people that have seen some of those in the
Jimmy,
SWAC and say, man, what do you think he ranks amongst the
Jimmy, I don't care. You know why? I saw this little dude. I remember he was a McDonald's All-American. I don't care if I don't care what he was. I knew he went to Ole Miss and he struggled handedly. I saw every play at Ole Miss because I was watching him because I knew the people at Ole Miss. But what he did last night and what I ain't never seen him do, he made the people around him better. He had a dude shooting 20-some% from the three-point line. He got him so many wide open looks that the dude hit 4 or 7. That hurt us. That's all. And they hit their free throws, and we didn't hit ours. And we, it's a make or miss lead. But that was a classic game. Let me tell you something. That was a classic game. It was a game of cat and mouse. Johnny Jones going against Motel. Motel finally put on a nice outfit. He didn't have one old ghetto ass outfit this time. He had a nice outfit on this time. He had a nice suit on. But it was unique. But I didn't even look at him as being small, Jimmy. I didn't even think about that because he's a McDonald's All-American. He went to Ole Miss.
yeah,
He was one of
he's
the best
5 foot.
players in the country.
How tall is he now, you think now? 5'11", 5'10" and a half?
Man, I was close by him. He was, yeah, he's short. Yes, he's sub 6 feet. He's sub 6 feet. He's
Oh, ain't
sub
no
6
doubt
feet.
about that. Ain't no doubt about that.
But he got the command over that basketball. He got that thing on the damn string. And we didn't make him shoot. Because if you go look at the scout, your favorite the scout, if you go look at the scout, he was hitting threes all over the place. He didn't hit a 3 on us. He said, I'm not. He missed 3 of them. He said, I'm going to this hole.
Well, that's part of evolving into a better player, and you become better and make better decisions. And that's what it's all about.
That's what he did.
Now, where that midget that used to play for y'all? Where
Been gone.
I know that. That's 2 years ago, right? 2 years,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
How did the plane
He wasn't
land
like
on
this
him?
guy.
No. He thought he was. So let's stop. He
Jimmy,
thought
he
he
wasn't no
was.
McDonald All-American. He ain't went.
I
He
know,
ain't
but
went
in
to no
his
Power
brain,
5. Hell no.
he thought in his mind, he thought he was. So what I'm saying, when he left TSU, he went here. I don't know. How did he end up
I
for him?
don't know. I ain't kept up with him. I'm like you. He was off my watch. No, when guys go, what you said when they leave?
They off my what?
They off my watch. He was off my watch.
I'm just really curious.
Jimmy,
What was his
I'm
name?
gonna tell you, Jimmy, I'm finna mess you up.
What his name?
This
was?
dude is good, but PJ, Bird. What's not what PJ? What's
Yeah.
PJ?
Bird.
No, not Bird. Our PJ
Haggerty?
played
Haggerty?
No, the PJ that just played for TSU.
Oh, look, PJ for TSU. I know you're talking about from Bush High School.
Yeah, he was a holy terror in the SWAC. This dude here wasn't no holy terror last year in the SWAC. Deshaun Russell, he was Jimmy, I had to say he was terrible last year.
No, when he averaged 20-something a game. Here's the thing, though.
No, I said last year.
Last year, he averaged 20-something a game
He
at
wasn't
Jackson
that
State.
good, though, Jimmy.
I understand. The team, you know the difference? Know the difference? When you just mentioned PJ from TSU, the difference was Texas Southern was winning.
PJ Henry.
Texas Southern was winning. That makes all the difference when it comes to the overall. Remember I said, point guards, you got to win. So Jackson State wasn't at the top of the leaderboard. You follow me? So that means
But Deshaun Ruffin came with a Jimmy. No, you can't do that.
But they wasn't winning. So
Jimmy, the only McDonald All-American that ever played in the SWAC.
But I'm saying, but he did not win. So that's the whole difference. So that means
Jimmy, I saw him play every game. He was not that effective. Now he knows how to get other people involved.
What the people call it, they say he wasn't making winning basketball plays. He wasn't playing winning basketball. That translates to winning games repeatedly. That's the difference. Remember, okay, give you a good example. Remember Allen Iverson? We'll take it out, people get people attention because everybody didn't watch college ball to give them a college reference. Allen Iverson, when he first came into the NBA, it was all about one thing: to prove he can score. He wanted to shake, he wanted to cross over Jordan, he wanted to do all this, but they was getting their heads beat in. He led the NBA, Allen Iverson did, in scoring and turnovers in the same year. It was then so finally, and then battling with Larry Brown because they gave him a headache because you wasn't getting the W's. At the end of the day, you're the only one in the locker room happy. So eventually, something met in the middle where Allen Iverson start to he started to exchange shot attempts from himself for better shot attempts from teammates. Meanwhile, you took care of the basketball. Those were possessions. That's big when you get to the league. That stuff, and it's big when you get to college. A lot of these people have no idea. These turnovers, you turn that ball over one time in college, your ass may not touch the floor no more if you're a freshman. That's big with college coaches. So, in the end up, my point is, once he began to sacrifice and become more efficient, they made it to the NBA championship. Yes, that's when he walked over. That's the game when he walked over Ty Lue in that finals. But then they won the game one, and the Lakers beat them 4 straight to beat them 4-1 in that final. Wasn't nobody beating the Lakers that year. We knew that. But for the 76ers to even make it there, he started playing winning basketball. And once he
And
started
Jimmy, by
playing
the
winning
way, he averaged
basketball,
15 points last year. I know it wasn't no damn 20.
he averaged 15 at
15
Jackson
points
State
last
last
year.
year. For the whole year or in
Yeah,
conference?
for the whole year. For the whole
So,
year.
so hold on,
But
hold
Jimmy,
on.
conference
So
is
what did
what
he?
important. Conference is what important. Because
So
that
the
others don't count. Now
no, what
this
I'm
year
saying,
he averaging 20 something this year. But last year he averaged 15.
he had 15 over the season. Let
Yeah.
me see, and that's roughing you're talking about,
Yeah, I'm talking about Deshaun Ruff.
and
But I just knew he wasn't averaging that damn. I mean, because I just said he was not, he wasn't, he was all right. But maybe it's me. I expected more. I expected more from him. That's all. I expected more.
more comes with W's. The more he can win, and the more the rest of that stuff comes. Eventually you got to be able to put those points into W's, and that's his bottom line. Otherwise, you know, so what,
But
you
but hey,
scored
but
30.
but but
You
hold
know,
up
you
now.
keep
TSU, hold up. TSU scored 89 points. They scored 94. Both of them was averaging. TSU averaged more points than them over the SWAC season. But this particular night, man, them dudes made 24 out of 28 free throws. We made 17 out of 24. The game was close. This what got me. The team, and I looked at it. Usually the team that rebound the most wins. TSU out-rebounded them and still lost the game. That's how close. That game was a couple of possessions from losing. Oh, yeah. I got it. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah, you can go look all you want to. I'm just letting you know. 15.7. I know he ain't averaging no 20 because that would have popped in my head real quick.
No, I
All
was
day
asking
long.
that my question, what he averaged in conference play. That was the question. All right, after then, when you said the 16, I was trying to figure what he averaged in
15.
conference.
15. I ain't call it 16. 15.7. I know it's y'all going around it all.
No,
Don't round nothing
I'm
up.
saying that's the whole season. I
Yeah.
was asking you after then, what did he average in the
Oh, okay.
SWAC?
I
That,
give.
that
Okay.
was the question.
Well, he ain't really that important. He beat us last night. Guess what, Jimmy? When he come, he ain't gonna be getting them damn calls when he come here. You look at that little midget wrong. I mean, excuse me. You look at that little guy wrong, and they call the foul down there. I shouldn't be saying that. I apologize for that, y'all. But yeah. It was a good game. I ain't gonna lie. I love the game. But that McMillan was the one. McMillan averaged 10 points a game, having 25 points. Jimmy, that'll get you. That'll get you. When them dudes averaging 10 points, and wait a minute. Then another one had Thomas had 17. he don't average. He don't think he averaged double figures. So it was unique, man. I mean, you know how some games I'd be disappointed when you fight. Hey man, TSU fought that night. They fought that night. They fought last night. And Jimmy, hold
So
up now. If you better look at these strikes saying, dude, it ain't no clear cut favorite in the SWAC. Dude, this gonna be the code. This year right here, man. When we get to y'all better get y'all some tickets down there that SWAC tournament. Jimmy, this game was like a heavyweight fight, man. I take this was the one of the best games since I've been here. And we done went to, y'all got to remember now, we done won the SWAC 2 of them years. But this one of the best games I saw scoring wise, and both teams just going at it. Bam, 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 bam. So that's why, y'all, I'm a little bit. I wasn't even disappointed.
now, speaking of basketball, we got high school basketball that's going down today.
Today, what's the day? Tuesday. Okay, you're right.
Yeah, we got arguably the most uh, heralded boys basketball rivalry probably in the state of Texas for basketball throughout history of high school basketball.
Well, Yates and Wheatley.
Yates and Wheatley. That that's one of the very few rivalries that it could be and could be more alumni in the bleachers than the actual student body. That's when
It's a
those two
gathering
teams
for
play.
them. It's a
I
gathering for them.
understand, but that's part of that's what those are the secret ingredients of an arch rivalry. Is when those alumni is going to come and create an atmosphere on the ambiance, and it's almost like an old class reunion, family reunion of sorts. And it makes it better when both teams have something at stake. Now, if one team was this good and the other one was that bad, then it ain't that much of a game to go see. But in this situation, it really is a pick 'em tonight. Wheatley won the first game, I think 94-90, something like that. This was 2 months ago. They played November the 20th. That was the very first district game for both teams. However, Yates at the time was undefeated in football. They had 2 or 3 star players that had yet to suit up in basketball. And Wheatley, their star leading rebounder from last year, is the star player on the football field, Peter Dorsey. And he's a 10th grader now. Led the team in rebounding as a freshman last year for the most part of the season. So now everybody is suited up. Everybody has everybody. All of the coaches there. Greg Wise is even back. He had major surgery that was supposed to keep him out through next week. Greg Wise went in and got the doctor to release him early. I need to be back on that sideline for this game. You know, this could be my last year facing Wheatley. Let me get them. Wheatley Yates, 6 p.m. Barnett Fieldhouse.
I ain't been out to that stadium in so long, Jimmy. I ain't been out there since 2013. Wait a minute, 2000. When did my son graduate? 13. Yeah, I ain't been out there to 2013. I hated that Ragland Stadium. Going out there, you had to go where the buses are. Yeah, the way you park that over there. Oh, I hated that stadium. Oh, but that's all, huh?
So once again, it's Barnett Fieldhouse,
Field
6
house.
p.m. At 7, 6 p.m. That means some of you may have to battle with a little bit of congestion on the freeways, in the form of with traffic. So understand there are different reasons why some people go watch high school basketball games. Sometimes we'll tell you guys the names of certain players to go see, and you go check them out, and they live up to the hype, or they don't. Others, you want to see kids competing. You want to go and spend your time in a wise fashion, meaning I don't want to drive from here to there just to see a blowout. No, I want to see if you got Now, on this court, this is one of the very rare times, Al, very rare, that there isn't a Division One prospect on the floor for either one of these teams.
It's no, it's none.
Zero.
I
Right now.
believe.
Right now. Right now.
I believe.
We don't know what somebody can be or what Peter Dorsey can be in 2 years, but right now, no. Football, he's a beast. And he can go make some really, really good money. Probably in football easier than he could in basketball, based on what his frame looks at like right now. Now, this means that those kids are going to be playing hard for their hoods. And when you see them,
You think
I can
so?
imagine. Today, I can smell it. And normally, Adam, they normally give this matchup referees that you hardly ever even see anywhere else. It's certain type. Any ref can't referee this a Wheatley Yates game. I'm just telling you because if you referee in the right way, every possession is gonna be a foul if you really want it to be, and that's gonna mess the ambiance up. Some people know you gotta let a little bump go.
Well, why they
You
go?
know,
Why didn't they stop filing then?
eh, Al, if you want to, you can damn near call a foul on every possession, damn near in basketball. If you're refereeing to the technical version of the rules, you damn near can get a foul on every possession if you're looking for one. Some things you just let some things go. But in this type of game right here, I'm telling you, it ain't much for many people to do. If it ain't, I would encourage you to just go check out the energy and check out the ambience. Remember, you're not going there looking for a McDonald's All American. You're not going there to compare one of these kids with one of the greats from Wheatley or Yates in yesteryear. No. But what can happen, one of these young men can change the course or the near trajectory of their basketball careers with a good performance or a great performance tonight. It can help them, especially the
How could
unsigned
it
seniors.
help them, Jimmy, if they're not playing against another Division One player?
That's the whole thing. Because you're not Division One, he's not Division One. It goes down. That means now NAIA schools, the Paul Quinns of the world, the Wiley Colleges of the world, the
Okay.
Houston Tillisons of the world. That means now they can
Oh,
take
so you're
notice
saying they
because
got some college players, but just not Division One players?
yes, Division One.
Okay.
Yeah, not
All right.
Division One.
Okay.
Yeah, they got college prospects.
Okay.
Absolutely. I mean,
All
you're
right.
talking about. I mean, understand. Over at Wheatley, you got Jeremiah Baskins. You got little Herb Goldsmith the third. He's their sniper from downtown. He's grew about 3 or 4 inches in the last year and a half. This kid right here, we're talking about getting it out the mud, man. Hard life. Adam. His father is doing 99 years. And you got to go and get it to live. Your daddy's name is the same name as yourself, as you. And you add basketball is one of the means and a realistic means that can get you into college for next to nothing. I'm rooting for a kid like Herb Goldsmith III, and a young man, and he always speaks when he sees me. He always comes up, he's smiling. How you doing? How you doing? And you know what I like about him? He is one of them kids that can go to a game and watch basketball. A lot of these young boys today can't watch basketball. They're looking at basketball. They're not paying attention to basketball. They just want to see what shoes the next guy wearing and want to see him who can dunk, who can't. He's one of those kids that can watch basketball. That means he's a pupil
I got a
of
question.
basketball.
Do that old ass man still be at Barnett Stadium? The baby who take
Which
up
one?
the money, take up the ticket. Some old ass mean ass. We had two. One
No,
at
he
Butler.
retired. No, that one retired. You talking about from back then?
Oh
He retired.
yeah. That's what I'm
That's
talking
Bat.
about. That's what I'm talking
That's
about, man.
Bato.
I used to hate to go there, man. I don't
Yeah,
like them
Bato,
people.
Bato on the golf course somewhere right now. Yeah,
Okay.
Bato.
Okay.
I'm trying to
I
see. I
ain't
wonder
like
if
it.
hope he's still living. I know Bato retired a couple of years back, but now they have a female TSU Tiger running over there. Run Barnett.
I didn't go to that school, Jimmy. I just called a game. You went to that school. Hey, I just called the games, man. Hey, Hey, we
But
had fun
and
last night.
also three names, of course, from Jack Gates. I mentioned Wheatley, so it won't be
Okay.
one sided. People keep score out there. Aiden Muhammad. I like Aiden Muhammad.
Okay.
He could play basketball, college basketball somewhere next year. And guess what? Everybody ain't got to go to Division 1. That's what I'm saying. We just can't. That's I just use
You're
that
right.
term
Absolutely.
and use it earlier
No, no,
because a
no,
lot
no.
of times,
Jimmy, hold up, stop. Everybody is not going to go Division 1. It ain't everybody that ain't got to go. They're not. It's just impossible. The numbers just don't bear it
uh,
out. But
uh,
keep going.
absolutely. And the thing is, a lot of people is watching the Chop Shop. We have always because there are people watching from all over the world. So normally we'll say some names of certain star players, designer names, that often that way people want to know who's the guy. But in this scenario, this is two teams, they're battling for second place. Where actually, let me take that back. They're battling for first place in the Division 2 bracket of the playoffs. Booker T. Washington is beating both of these teams. They're a game ahead of Wheatley and 2 games ahead of Yates right now. Booker T. Washington. They play Wheatley next week, rematch. So Yates can can Booker T. Washington wants Yates to beat Wheatley to give them a 2 game cushion. If you're Booker T. Washington, you want Yates to beat Wheatley tonight because if you don't and Wheatley win, they're still 1 game behind you, and you play them again, and y'all tied, split the season series if you happen to lose. Now, Booker T. Washington is going to Division 1 based on population, attendance from 2024. So that means Yates and Wheatley, no matter what happens, they both make the playoffs. Both are going to Division 2. That means they will be on opposite end of the brackets. Meaning the only way they could meet again would be in the regional finals, which is possible this year. Silsby ain't the Silsby of old. This is very well possible that Yates and Wheatley could play one more time after this game. But this one right here, 6 o'clock, that's the do. Hey man, uh, uh, I mentioned Aiden Muhammad, Joshua Wallace, Dakari Bowden. Those are 3 guys that's both averaging 16 points apiece for Jack Yates. They got balance. Uh, they got some decent size. They're going to be more. They're going to be bigger than Wheatley, slightly bigger as across the board than Wheatley tonight. But will they be? And will they be faster? Will they be tougher? And that's normally going to get through. It's going to be runs. In this type of matchup, one of these teams may go up double digits and see themselves down by double digits before this game is over with.
You think it's gonna
It's
be a sellout?
I don't think it's sellout because of 6 o'clock. If it was an 8 o'clock or 7:30, it would probably be 80%, 85%. I'm thinking maybe a 70% capacity because of the 6 o'clock tip. A lot of people had to go back to work today, Hal. First day back to work in 4 days for a lot of people. So a lot of people have to go home, change clothes, because some folks, you know, Wheatley and Yates, for some people, they got to be suited and booted, or they don't want to see you, and they don't want you to see them in their work uniform, so they want to go. So yeah, but I'm
It's
thinking it's going
like
to be a
that.
decent crowd.
I ain't know it was
Some
like
people,
that.
this is an event.
Okay.
When these two teams play, it's going to be an after party somewhere. They got a little spot right there off Crane Street. They're gonna have dominoes, and then they have shout outers, dudes selling gumbo and everything. They might, that's where they might be after this game over with. Right over there off Crane Street. I can't think of the name of it. One of you guys can let me remind, can't think of the name of it. But that's where they might be at. But anyway, if you get ready to land this plane, I want to give a shout out, of course, to speaking of HISD guys, Dwight Davis. They retired his jersey, University of Houston, during their last home game. Dwight Davis went to Worthing High School. He's one of the all-time greats from the city. Um, uh, Led U of H to 3 NCAA tournaments. He was an NBA draft pick. Uh, uh, so he got his jersey retired. Ain't but like 7 guys got their jerseys retired at University of Houston. And then you
Somebody said
add
there'll be a
uh,
Bessie May. What the hell is Bessie May?
Bessie Mays ain't open on Tuesdays.
Uh,
Yeah, you can't
no, you
talk
ain't got to
basketball
worry
to
about me.
anybody. You you,
I don't even
you
like
can't.
that side of town, man. I ain't lying. I
Bessie Mays
remember,
all
man.
right.
I forget what. Going through that parking lot, man, I remember I got a nail in my tire. That's why I don't really like that little area right now. I never forget. I'll come out of that thing
Melvin Dukes in the
loco.
fifth quarter. No, that's not the name of it, Melvin Dukes. It's not the fifth quarter. This near called, I think it's called Showtime. Showtime, I think the name of the place I'm talking about. On Tuesday night. Tuesday night, the fifth ward. That's the
Give me another game. That's the only game tonight?
tonight.
Oh, tonight.
No, they got several of them tonight. They got several tonight. Uh
Let me
I
look.
would lean on, let me see.
Let me
Let me
look,
take you
man.
guys.
I
Let
ain't
me
been
look
to a
at my
high
way. I
school
got
game.
no, I got all
Wait
the
a minute.
games now.
Huh? I ain't been to a high school game since your event. That's the
Really?
last time I've been.
Now here we go. On the front of rcsports.com, I got 10 games to see tonight. The Woodlands at Grand Oaks tonight, along with my prediction of the outcomes. Hightower at Travis. Friendswood at LaPorte is tonight. College Park at Conroe. Klein Collins at Klein. Seven Lakes at Katy. North Shore at Humble. Beaumont Westbrook at Barbers Hill. If you're out that way, that's
Where the hell is Barbers
get
Hill?
there. Mount Bellevue, right on the right, just 2 exits past Baytown.
So out 10. Go out 10.
I-10 East.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Man,
of
what you
course,
got West
West
Side of the
Side.
ball here for? What West Side been doing?
West Side ain't bad. West Side
What?
ain't bad. West Side ain't bad.
Hey, that's where I'm
So
going tonight. I'm going to
that's
West
at
Side.
Delmar. That's a
No, they.
7:15
I
game.
was at Delmar. Oh, okay. Damn. Then I got to come to that traffic. Oh my God. All right. All right.
So that's tonight, and a slate of games you guys can check out for us. High school basketball. Don't forget, uh, I'm back on the TV screens at 2:30. It's in a few minutes, in about 15, 20 minutes. I'm on the Space City Home Network. That's the station. So if you're out of town, that's the same station that the Houston Rockets come on and the Houston Astros. So you got your Fire Sticks, so you got your cable networks. That station that you watch, I'm on that station at 2:30 today. You can check it out, talking about basketball, and you'll see me probably preview a couple of these games, maybe one or two that definitely one of them that I just mentioned uh, on the show. Other than that, man, we got to. I see Major. Yeah, I said North Shore at Humble. Doug Jones said he saw West Side Solid. He saw him on Saturday. Yeah, West Side Solid. Barry McDonald said best builder to have a fit with. No, I ain't changing clothes today, Barry. I'm 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 I'm
I might
I'm
go.
past
Hey
that
man,
age.
y'all gonna make me come to Delmar, man. I ain't seen my team. Man, I love that. I love coach still the coach. Coach probably still the coach over there. I'm gonna go support him tonight.
And uh I'm looking somebody asked me a question. I think Rod Wells said, should Yates go D1 due to Mickey Leland making the playoff and Yates having a larger attendance number? No, 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 no. Booker T. Washington, their enrollment was 840. Mickey Leland's enrollment is 916. Yates is 795. Wheatley is 619. No matter what, if Mickey Leland makes the playoffs, then Yates is going to Division II along with Wheatley. However, if by chance, no matter what happens, the only way that Yates don't make Division II would be if Cashman makes the playoffs. If the Mighty Rams make the playoff, then Yates will probably get pushed up to Division One. That's the only way. So that's not Mickey Leland. Good question though. But anyway, guys.
Hold up, you got some nice little information. Well, I'm reading on the website. I didn't know nothing about Second Baptist dropped the tough one to Calvary Baptist. What were they
Yeah,
playing at?
Shreveport, Louisiana, yesterday.
Oh, it's in Louisiana. Okay,
Yeah,
I got you. And I ain't know the little guy who we played to get played for JL. Okay, JL3. Okay, all right.
and yeah, TJ, that's their main guy. Played. He was their main guy on their 16s. He was the main guy on the 15s the year before. He's
Okay.
ranked in the nation amongst the top 50 in the country. He's the number one junior in Louisiana, and he won bragging rights yesterday. It happens, but from what I understand, I'm waiting on the full slot to come in for what happened. I do know from the Shreveport side of the fence what TJ Jameson did.
I
32
see that.
points.
I see you got.
He,
He
he
didn't
only
miss a
took
free throw.
12 shots. It was 8 for 12 from the field, 5 for 7 from 3-point land. He had 21 points at halftime, and he was 11 from 11 from a free throw line.
He
Whenever
had
guys
something
do
on his
stuff
mind.
at home and in a 2-point win, and it came down to the wire. Second Baptist could have tied or won it. I understand at the end, and
I want to see that
and
game.
yeah, so I was actually going to go to that game, but then something uh, 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 something happened and I couldn't make it. But I had really planned on going to that game. I was going to go to that game, then surprise my big sister Giselle, who's back in the hospital,
In the hospital,
and
yeah.
and then get on back. And so didn't make it to the hospital there in Shreveport, but had to end up going to the hospital in Houston as
Who said?
Sandra is probably with her dad right now, my father-in-law,
Okay.
as he suffered not one, not two, not three, but 4 minor strokes over the past 4 days. Had to rush him to the hospital, and guess what? No movement on the left side, but he's back at home. Got discharged. Movement came back. Vitals went back to normal, and you got to use a little roller now. But he's sitting in his recliner watching them shoot 'em ups. That's what he does all day. He watches shoot 'em ups. He watched them westerns. He know the damn lines off the western movies. He watched them westerns so much. But anyway, that's what And so, but I see you guys. We got to get on up out of here
Yeah, I'm
and
out.
land this plane right now. But it's Taco Tuesday somewhere, and
No, I'm good.
it's,
Oh
it's
man.
Taco Tuesday somewhere.
So
So
He
that's the
said Woods
ticket.
got North Shore looking good. Woods got North Shore looking good.
Yeah, but still, and Christian Gibson has been cleared, but they have to do a residency confirmation. He has to be cleared on the residency. This is similar to what happened with James Bailey's son when he was cleared
Oh,
to
okay.
play with the Heights earlier this year, and they had to wait to do for the residency to clear.
Oh,
That
proof
means
for
somebody got
weight.
to go. Somebody got to go and do another check at the house. And this is how this stuff goes, guys.
Dang.
Whenever that happens, you don't get moved to the front of the line of the stack. There's other sports that's
Oh,
getting
in
ready to
front of
happen.
you.
Soccer,
Okay.
track and field, baseball. They're holding meeting and doing stuff for those and checks. They're not supposed to put any one player per UIL at the front of the stack. So that's maybe what takes so long. We'll see how that goes for when he returns. But the good thing about it, that's Galena Park ISD. There ain't but 2 high schools in the whole district. So even though it's one person maybe doing all the work and doing the driving, it ain't but 2 high schools. So he should be playing before this week is out, if not tonight. We'll see how that goes in regarding
That's
to
good.
Christian Gibson and North Shore. Shout out to you guys. Make sure you go over to RCS Sports, get the rest of the details and the intel that you missed on. Doug Jones has posted the freshman report. We can talk about some of that tomorrow. These are all of the freshmen from the area who are playing Division I basketball and how they're faring, each and every one of them. And check out Doug Jones, his Doug's Dozen game of the night. You have to go up in the VIP news to get that and a lot more. And we'll see you guys on tomorrow. Peace.
Thank you,
Don't forget,
Doug.
turn your TVs on now. Space City Home Network. Check it out. See what I'm talking about. and then you'll get a chance to see if I was right or not in regard to my predictions or what I had to say. We out of here.
Say no more. We out, baby.